Hey guys, and welcome back to Mojo Homestead. It's been a little while, and this is the first video of 2023. We did take a little bit of a break because we had gone out of town, but we are back. We are back with you guys. So if this is your first time, or you're just now joining us, or you're new to our channel, welcome back. We're so glad that you are here. We're so glad that you found us. If you are returning and you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You know that we consider you family. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. We would love to have you join us on this adventure. Today, I'm just kind of walking around, doing a couple of little farm chores here and there. And I wanted to talk to you about something that I was challenged with a couple weeks ago. One of our friends put out there kind of a question of how do you define community? And what does that look like to you? If you've been with us for a while, you know that community is a big deal to us. That is really what drives us to do kind of this YouTube thing. It's what drives us to do our other social media outlets. We even have a Facebook page. If you haven't found it, Homesteading from Scratch, that is specifically designed to build community, not just for us, but to people, a place to build community around them as well. Just a place where homesteaders can come together and feel encouraged. It's not so much a place where we do a lot of like teaching stuff or anything like that, but really just a place where we can encourage one another in life, because sometimes that gets hard. All that said, what is community? How do we define it? And that's why I was really challenged, because we always push community, but I'm not sure that we've ever really successfully defined it and what we believe that it is. So I wanted to take a moment today to share that with you guys. At the very basic level, community is Josiah's over here running around. There he is. Hey, do we have any mail? Yeah, can you reach it? Nice, thank you. Can you go take that inside? Cool. What community is at a very base level is it's a group of people, like-minded people who are coming together to accomplish a common goal that is bigger than just an individual. I think a lot of times in the homestead community, we have this mindset of self-sustainability, and I would challenge you and say that self-sustainability is in itself is even bigger than an individual, that it takes a community. It takes a group of people to really have that lifestyle. I'm gonna go in our garden and show you guys how we fared with all the cold while I talk about this. So let me flip you around and I'll show you a couple of things real quick. So overall, our garden did fare fairly well. We had a couple of things that got damaged that are really gonna be in question, but all these things did really good. This is cauliflower over here, collards here, broccoli back there. We had some other broccoli that did not get covered, and it does not look so great. All of these got covered. Pretty much everything that got covered, I think, came through fine. And then there were some things that did not get covered that are really questionable. These are our Brussels sprouts. They are, yeah, they're gonna be fine. We didn't even cover them. They're probably the most cold hardy thing that we've got in here. The one thing that I'm kind of concerned about are these cauliflower over here. And then this row right here, yeah, not so great. This is our kohlrabi. Now there are some that look like they're trying to fight back and get growth pushed back out. But overall, yeah, those took a big hit. But everything else looks really good. So I'm excited about it. So back to community. Yeah. A place where people can put aside their differences to come together and work for a common good. It's also, I think, vital that it is a place where individuals can share their strengths to build up others. Basically, where you rely on someone else's strengths to cover the gaps of your weaknesses, where you are able to acknowledge your weaknesses so that you can use other strengths to build yourself up. I think that is so important in community. It cannot be a one-way street. I think that it has to be a dual operation in that area. So sometimes that's the hardest thing, is acknowledging that we need help, that we can't do it all, and that we have to have other people. And that's okay. I think that that's important in life. We have to have each other. Prime example is we have some friends that had some questions with a goat, actually had a situation come up with a goat, and we decided, you know what, we need to go out there, we need to help them out, and we went out there. And that's not bragging on us at all. It's just an example of what community looks like when it operates the way that it should. When you're taking your strength to someone else and you're willing to take your strength to someone else and help them out. Guys, honestly, like that can be the biggest difference between someone's success at homesteading and failure at homesteading. We've been in situations like that too, where if I didn't have a mentor, if I didn't have someone that I could call who had a strength in an area that I was not strong in or didn't know as much about, I probably would have given up on a couple of things that we're doing out here, because it would be discouraging, you know, and it would be, you feel like there's not much you can do. And that should not be the case. Let me get this closed back up. The goat grain. We're not going to be great at everything. We're not going to have all the answers all the time. And that's why it's important to surround ourselves with people that may have those answers that we don't have. And that's why we are so big on community, because we acknowledge within ourselves that we can't do it all. I want to show you guys the fruit trees. That was the biggest thing in question. I'm jumping back off topic again, giving you guys another update. But yeah, these fruit trees behind me, these are oranges. We got them through 2 years, 3 years, but this freeze may have been too much for them. Fingers crossed, there's still life in them and it's all just damage on the foliage and nothing else, but I don't know, that's yet to be determined. If you can see this big pile of pine straw, we completely covered these guys with pine straw to try to give them enough warmth to get through those super cold temperatures. But yeah, it wasn't enough for the leaves. I'm hoping it was enough for the overall plant and it will just push out new leaves and be fine. Looks like I'm getting brought a snack. Thank you. Purple cabbage. This kid back here, he loves going through the garden and eating stuff. Thank you. Guys, if you don't have community, I just want to encourage you to find community. We went probably 2 years of doing this without really having anything and really starting to get discouraged because we felt alone. None of our friends were doing it. We had supportive friends, but they just, you know, there's some things about this lifestyle that other people aren't going to understand if they're not doing it. So get out there, continue to be persistent with looking for community, looking for like-minded people that you can surround yourself with. They don't have to be real close to you. Even if they're just in your general area, someone that you can just pick up the phone. If you have a question, call them. It's just about making those connections. And there's several different ways to do that. Look, you know, Facebook groups, that's a great way to connect with people. I had mentioned ours earlier. You know, we've got people who are not just in South Carolina that are in other places around the country, but it just gets those people together and gets people talking and encouraging one another. I think the biggest thing is being able to find those people that you can kind of get in your life that can help you out, but also be willing to jump in and help others out as well. In order to have a successful community, you've got to be sharing your strengths just as much as you're taking from other people's strengths, and everyone's working together, everyone's contributing, everyone has a part to play, and that right there can be a game changer in what we're doing as far as homesteading. So thank you guys. Cass is going to be back with me on the weekend video. I think we're probably going to do like a year in review and looking forward into 2023. We did a little bit of that in an earlier video, but probably looking more in depth into that. So be sure to catch that one. Guys, have a great week. Thanks for joining me and be blessed.